Hello and welcome to another video from Greece. So I'm still on the island of Crete. As I said in the last video, I'm now at the eastern side of the island. Back then the distance, maybe 30 or 40 kilometers from where I'm standing now, there's Heraklion town, and yeah, I'm currently in the mountains. Problem is, as already in the last video, there are no clouds, so I won't get spectacular light this evening. So I thought, okay, I hike up a mountain because then I can maybe take a photo where I angle the camera a little downwards to include less sky. So that was my thinking behind this hike. The hike was actually quite strenuous because scorching sun, pretty high temperatures, no shade at all. So yeah, it was a nice workout, but I'm glad I came up here because it's really a beautiful view down there. And I want to quickly talk you through the composition I have here. So what was my thinking behind setting up my camera this way? So yeah, what you see in the foreground, we have a rocky slope leading the viewer down into the frame, into the photo. And then in the foreground I also again have some vegetation, some greenery, just to break up this mess of stones here. Then in the background you see the shadow is already building up at this ridge, and this ridge is kind of the leading line which leads the viewer a bit to the left to further or more hills in the background. And the colors, or the shades, they get lighter and lighter into the distance. So this creates a nice sense of depth. At some point you have to follow into the right side of the frame where the sun will set. So the sun will actually at some point draw the viewer. At least that's my hope, because otherwise I would have a very unbalanced photo with a lot of stuff, a lot of dark areas on the left side and nothing to balance it on the right side. So my idea is when the sun gets lower in the frame on the left side, this will balance the whole scene. So we have those slopes with the shadow on the one side going off into the distance, and then the sun on the other side. And also down there are many hills which currently don't show a lot of structure, but as the sun gets lower, those will also show much more structure, so create more interest for the viewer on this side of the frame. And hopefully this will create a balanced photo. That's my current thinking, that's my pre-visualization. If it works out, I don't yet know. Have to see how the scene develops as the sun dips lower and lower in the sky. That's usually when I have then to decide if I need to make adaptations to the composition, if I maybe have to go to another viewpoint up here on this mountain. But for now, I'm just gonna wait, enjoy the view, and hopefully take a photo, which I can now show you. Good morning. Can you believe it? Clouds over Crete. What a sight, but actually they're in the eastern direction, and also there's a lot of haze and coastal fog out there, which means too much clouds and likely no colorful sunrise. So I hiked up this mountain, got up at 2:30 in the morning. It's like an 8-kilometer slog up here. I was here actually 3 days ago, just on a quick scouting run, hike, and went up here just with my cell phone and 2 liters of water just to explore. And it's a pretty nice view, and the sun would be up right between those mountains on the left side. This is actually where I was standing a few days ago when I recorded the last part of the video. So yeah, I thought this morning would be nice, having those slopes here, those rocks bathed in sun, then some clouds. So forecast was actually high clouds, but yeah, it changed. So now we have medium clouds and the haze over the sea, so no colorful sky, but it's still beautiful up here. Also pretty windy. So it's the last day here on Crete, so my last chance to take a photo. I don't think this is gonna be a portfolio piece. Still gonna stick around here until maybe half an hour after sunrise. So maybe the clouds disperse a bit, let the sun through. Then I'm gonna hike down. We have to return the car in a few hours, so yeah, I can't remain here too long. But yeah, this is how quickly the weather can change here. So if you're on an island, even on Crete, it can, yesterday for example, 30 degrees, no cloud at all, and then throughout the night we have those clouds. So there's always hope here that the weather changes. Even if there's a streak of blue skies for a few days, you can still get clouds. So always stay positive, and even if you don't get the photo, like I likely won't get a photo today, it's still fun being out in the mountains or at the coast and enjoying those moments, even though it's a bit windy and cold.